little point. The compassion is this wide and this wide and this wide. It's as vast as space itself. Who is the compassionate teacher of our teacher's teachers, if not space itself?
Hmm.
And all the compassion that's found within that space that allows phenomena to arise without condition and to remain and to digest until their illusory nature is apparent. That is our teacher. And through this funnel of compassion, that wisdom speaks through our teachers' teachers, through our teachers, through our Sangha, and arriving there in the heart. So, without getting ahead of myself, this is part of our practice today. Catherine, thank you for hosting. Wonderful friends, good morning. It's so good to be with you. And again, happy Valentine's Day. A day for receiving and giving love. What a wonderful theme on which to place our attention. Today in particular, not only because of this holiday, not only because of the deep need in our world for love, but because love is the nature of reality. And when we place our attention on that, then we start to see. So the practice that I'll lead today focuses on love in the form of compassion. And if you're interested in the details of the practice, its explanation and its transmission in print, you can find it on page 126 of How Compassion Works. I've received great compassion from my teachers, among whom I count all of you as spiritual friends. The Buddha nature that illumines my own path is that which abides in you. So the practices that you have led in this context have blessed me, and I hope that what we do today continues the flow of blessing. Let's begin by settling into the body. So I invite you to sit in a relaxed way, with your back comfortably straight and your eyes gazing gently down. You can do this with your eyes closed if you wish. And without trying to change anything at all about any thoughts or emotions that are present, simply allow your attention to gently fall onto the sensations of the body and relax. Deeply relax into the feeling of the body. Notice what it feels like to sit simply in this posture. Notice the feeling of settling as we release activity and allow our body to find its way back to its default setting, to that natural state. And what is that natural state to which the body knows the way? But calm. For one thing, you can feel it. Just notice how the sensations of your body return to that stillness. I invite you to notice also as we sit together how the details of our experience become apparent when we let go of effort. Notice the sensations in your hands right now. What do they feel like? Notice the sensations in your feet. Notice the sensation of the earth pulling you toward it as your body rests in the seat. Notice the sensation of air on your skin. Notice how the details of our experience become clear when we simply let go of effort. Notice the sensation of your heartbeat and its echoes and the pulses around your body. Just notice how this stuff becomes clear. Within this natural state, calm and clarity are abundant, and the body knows the way there. This body is our vehicle and our home and a constant truth teller. Every cell of our body testifies to our impermanence. They never lie, no matter how much our mind may wish to. Notice how all of the cells of our body, tingling in their space, notice how in their life they are born, they seek what's good, they seek to avoid what's bad, and they die, showing us our own way, time after time, 37 million of them, telling the truth. And I invite you to notice how within the life of every cell, a compassionate wish for you to be well arises as the goal. Every cell lives with the intention to benefit you. You, the recipient of their activity, you as the beneficiary of their intention. Vaster than a city, like a universe, this community, this congregation of cells sustains you, devotes all their activity to supporting you. Can you feel that as love? Just take a moment to rest in that. The sensation of the cells as they give, as they sustain. Just receive that. And as we gaze upon this community of cells, I invite you to notice your own capacity to bless this community by letting go of disturbances, by cultivating peace. We bless this community with conditions for its thriving. And I invite you now to turn your attention to this body, to these cells, and to allow this body to be blessed with your own intention to bless them. May all these beings be deeply well. May all these beings know peace. May all these beings know the liberation that we wish to know ourselves. May they be free. Now, having taken refuge in the body, I invite you to behold the Sangha, this gathering before us. Notice the intention with which we arrive. I invite you to notice the aspiration for freedom that we share. Notice how our commitment to freedom begins with commitment to ourselves, to train in compassion, to understand our experience, But notice also how our progress depends on each other, on our teachings, on our teachers, and on this Sangha of great exemplars, of great encouragement and experience and wisdom. So I invite you to gently open your heart as you gaze upon this gathering, on this community assembled on the screen. And for a moment, bless this Sangha. Allow your heart to open, flowing with the blessing for those beings that you see before you. May these precious beings be blessed. May they awaken. May you be fulfilled. Just take a moment to bless the Sangha with your intention. And now, for a few moments, allow yourself to absorb the love that's flowing from the Sangha. As the intention is expressed for you to awaken, to be fulfilled, receive that. These prayers are for you. So this is receiving benefit from the Sangha. And I invite you now to call to mind your own teachers, your own great benefactors, your field of care. I invite you to call them to mind as present here now. And you are being seen in deep care, unconditional acceptance, warmth, love. Call them to mind as present now, not as a memory, so that the sensation of their presence becomes vividly apparent to you. Now, I invite you to join me in inviting our teachers' benefactors into this gathering. John frequently invites us to borrow his benefactors, so I invite you to do that now. Let the compassion of our teachers' teachers flow from them. Just open your heart to the compassion of your teachers' teachers. Let the compassion of this great assembly flow through the Sangha, through your teachers, directly into your own heart and experience. And notice that all the intention and all the wisdom of all of our benefactors is here right now. Just rest in it. Just rest in it. And now resting in the base of a funnel of compassion, receiving the compassion of our teachers and our teachers' teachers, receiving the compassionate intention of the Sangha, receiving the compassionate intention of our bodies. Let's turn our minds to the practice. So I invite you now to refresh the meditation by coming down from the thinking mind into the body. Take a slow, deep breath, inhaling from the abdomen so that it expands, and then exhaling slowly and completely, letting go of all your concerns with the exhale. Just relax a moment before inhaling again. And you can do this several times. And then while still breathing from the abdomen, let the breath settle into its own natural flow. Feel the body expand and contract with each breath. And let that feeling of the belly moving with the breath draw you into it more and more, breath by breath. And now again, bring to mind your field of care. Your benefactor, a spiritual field, a caring moment, and experience it as present here now, not just as a memory. You are being seen and held in deep care, compassion, acceptance, and warmth beyond judgment. Relax into this experience, steeping in its loving energies, feeling its tender qualities, letting them spaciously infuse your whole being. Every part of you, loved in its very being. Every part of you, loved in its very being. Every aspect of your body. Every part of your mind. And if any thoughts or feelings or senses of self arise, no problem. Just let them be included in this healing environment of loving energies, warmth, and acceptance. Let them find their own place and settle in their own time, simply by letting them be. Just rest in that. Just rest in the sensation of the field of care. And if you get distracted, if feelings arise again, allow those distractions to be included in the healing environment of your field of care by simply noticing them and allowing them to be, just like that. And as we enjoy the benefits of this healing environment, this innate blessing, we can practice sharing this with others. And we'll begin by calling to mind someone dear to you, that you'd like to include in the same loving environment. Just gently bring them to mind. And let them be included in this field of loving energies, warmth, and compassion. You don't have to force anything here. Just call this dear one to mind. And in that space of mind where the field of care radiates, allow them to meet. Just let them be drawn into that field of care more and more until its radiance permeates their being. Allow these loving energies and tender qualities to infuse them. And as you see their whole being permeated with this compassion, let this help you commune with them in the depth of their being, resonate with them in their hidden layers of suffering, and wish them deepest well-being. We can extend this benefit further by calling to mind a few more beings that you'd also like to include in this field of loving energies and warmth. Just allow them to appear. And as they appear within your mind, allow them to touch that radiance. Just let them be drawn in. Let them be permeated. Let these loving energies and tender qualities permeate their whole being. And let this help you to sense them in the depth of their being and in the hidden layers of suffering, and to wish them deepest well-being. Now, even further, let this practice expand to include larger circles of beings that come to mind. As beings come to mind, let them be drawn in. Let them be included in this field of loving energies and warmth, sensing them in their depth and hidden sufferings, while wishing them the deepest well-being. As beings gather, as they enter your mind, let them be drawn in. Let them touch that radiance. Notice the strangers that enter, and allow the strangers to be specifically included among those beings who come to mind. This great assembly of beings have come for blessing. As these beings assemble for blessing, at the edges you may imagine beings whom you don't like, difficult people arrive. And as they arrive, just like the others, allow them to be drawn in. Let the radiance pull them. Let it permeate them. Allow them to touch this radiant benefit of your field of care. If any part of you has trouble with this, distractions arise and draw your attention away, you can settle back into your field of care and reunite with its healing environment. Become compassionately aware of that part of you and its goals with acceptance and warmth. As that sense of self and its goals start to relax, notice your lens on others begin to open, allowing you to include them in the same loving environment. Finally, you can let the vast underlying capacity of warmth and compassion from your basic awareness expand much more fully to include all beings, human, animal, all creatures. Or just imagine that this is happening. Imagine all beings embraced in this loving energy. And notice how you commune with them, with all of them, in the depth of their being, noticing their hidden Buddha nature, aware of their hidden sufferings, wishing them all deeply well. And now, let this inclusive environment of warmth and acceptance help your mind to relax deeply and release all of its frameworks of meditation and concern. Let the mind settle back a bit inwardly and come to rest in the background of its awareness, which is naturally wide and luminous, like a sunlit sky. As thoughts and feelings arise, let them just metabolize themselves and release within this sky-like openness of awareness by simply letting everything be. Will you join me in dedicating the merit of this practice? May the pure, brilliant sun of bodhicitta dawn in each and every heart and mind, dispelling the darkness of suffering and confusion unstoppably, until all are fully illumined and awakened. And so now we have time